Before we have a lot to get to as far as what happened with the trial. Before we get to closing statements, you guys will let me know as the closing statements come up.
Yeah.
Before any of that, there was a sketch on SNL.
Do they still call
regarding Joe Rogan? I gotta tell you, you can see their budget has been depleted because they used to have great wardrobe and makeup, and I just want to objectively offer you this sketch because I know a lot of you aren't really watching it nowadays unless YouTube pays to thrust it in front of you,
right? Yeah,
as a glorified ad. It shows again why it's one of the least relevant shows in television. Here is a sketch with a woman playing Ted Cruz, Big Bird, and Pete Davidson as Joe Rogan.
Well, that's right. I used to host Fear Factor, and now doctors fear me.
Can you help me, Joe?
Oh, sure thing, Big Bird. You see, I took Carlos Mencia down. I could take COVID. Here's some zinc, and ayahuasca, and some horse medicine.
Well, why would a bird take horse medicine?
I'm a human, and I took horse medicine. And I'm speaking of things that are horse-like. Today's two sponsors are the letters S and D, as in I can S my own D.
Do they not even have to try an impression?
I don't understand. It's very. They never looked like they were reading before.
Right.
They look like
the
they're
last
reading
2
all the
years.
time.
This was just staring at a cue card like S and I can S my own D.
Oh, I'm Joe Rogan. I can S my own D. That sounds nothing like him. He looks more like Bill Burr.
He does.
That's true. Yeah.
In his third
right,
round
sponsored by the letter Q. Right. You know, Big Bird over here. We get it that he's trying to trying to nest and shit.
I mean, don't you exaggerate the stuff about the character? Like, isn't that how you do an impression? You exaggerate the most obvious thing. Not just stand there reading a cue card.
Why didn't they have a sleeve of tattoos? Why didn't they make him look sweaty?
Why didn't they just use his sleeve of tattoos?
Yes, that's true.
Exactly. That's what passes for comedy now.
Well, it really is clapter.
Why was Big Bird that tall? It's Big Bird. It's not. It's not 4 foot tall. Yeah.
Why don't they just get an actual Big Bird?
Yeah.
They can just go down the hall.
I think Big Bird's been on the show. There's probably a costume somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's in their contract.
Well,
he can't. Well, we can't now.
But who wrote that? The ivermectin thing is like months old.
I know. It's like
it would have been funny
hey,
if you're.
You know what's hot?
Yeah,
ivermectin.
Get it? Horse
That's what's
face.
happening right now. Well, that's what happens when you get rid of the YouTube dislike feature.
Right.
Yeah.
They have no idea what's current.
Exactly.
Nobody will ever know what's good or bad.
I mean, it's funnier if he comes in like squirting the horse paste on the bird or something like that. It's like,
You're disgusting.
maybe.
Do you hear this?
You know?
Sick.
I mean,
wrong with him?
it's horse dewormer.
Why is Gerald so filthy?
Everything is bird porn with him.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.